Once upon a time, there was a young Asian boy named Kai. He lived in a small town on the edge of a vast forest. Kai was known for his long hair, which flowed down his back in loose waves, and for his love of fashion. He enjoyed mixing and matching different styles to create unique outfits that expressed his personality. One day, Kai decided to go for a run in the forest. He put on a tank top and a skirt, feeling comfortable and free in his chosen attire. As he started jogging, he noticed a small cat following him. The cat was meowing and rubbing against his bare feet, which made Kai smile. As they ran deeper into the forest, Kai felt the cool breeze on his skin and the soft ground beneath his feet. He could hear the birds singing and the leaves rustling, and he felt at peace. The cat was still by his side, purring and nuzzling against his leg. After a while, Kai and the cat came to a clearing in the forest. It was a beautiful spot, surrounded by tall trees and blooming flowers. Kai sat down on the grass, and the cat curled up in his lap, purring contentedly. As Kai looked around, he realized how lucky he was to live in such a beautiful place. He felt grateful for the small things in life, like the warmth of the sun on his skin and the company of a furry friend. And he felt proud of himself for daring to be different, for wearing a skirt and jogging barefoot with a cat in the forest. From that day on, Kai continued to express himself through his fashion choices and his love of nature. He spent many more afternoons running through the forest with the cat by his side, feeling free and alive. And whenever he felt lost or uncertain, he would come back to the clearing in the forest, where he felt at home. Kai was always known in his town for his unique sense of style. He loved to experiment with different types of clothing and accessories to express his individuality. His long hair was another part of his identity that he took pride in. People would often stop and stare at him as he walked past, but Kai never let it get to him. He knew who he was, and he was comfortable in his own skin. One day, Kai decided to go for a run in the nearby forest. He had always found solace in nature, and he thought a run would help clear his mind. He put on his favorite tank top and a long flowy skirt that he had recently bought from a thrift store. He loved how the skirt swished around his legs as he moved. It made him feel free and unencumbered. As he started his jog, he noticed a small cat following him. The cat was black and white, with big green eyes that seemed to be following Kai's every move. Kai stopped to pet the cat, and it purred contentedly. He continued his jog, and to his surprise, the cat followed him deeper into the forest. Kai loved the feeling of the cool earth beneath his bare feet. He had always preferred running barefoot, as he felt more connected to the earth that way. The cat seemed to enjoy the run too, sometimes stopping to bat at a leaf or chase after a butterfly. As they jogged deeper into the forest, Kai started to feel a sense of freedom he had never felt before. He had always been confident in himself, but something about the combination of the skirt, the bare feet, and the cat made him feel invincible. He felt like he could conquer the world. Finally, they arrived at a clearing in the forest. It was a beautiful spot, with tall trees and colorful flowers. Kai sat down on the grass, and the cat jumped onto his lap. They both sat there, taking in the beauty of the forest. Kai couldn't help but think about how much the cat had influenced his day. It was such a small creature, yet it had brought so much joy to his life. It made him realize that sometimes, it's the little things in life that matter the most. From that day on, Kai continued to run barefoot in the forest, sometimes accompanied by the cat. He also started to incorporate skirts and other unconventional clothing items into his daily wardrobe. He didn't care what others thought of him anymore. He knew that being true to himself was the most important thing. Years later, Kai looked back on that day in the forest with fondness. It was a turning point in his life, a moment when he truly embraced himself and all of his quirks. He still loved to run barefoot, and he still loved wearing skirts. And although the cat was long gone, Kai knew that it had left an indelible mark on his heart.